You are listening to the Intelligent Vocalist Podcast, episode 179.
Welcome to the Intelligent Vocalist with John Henny. This is the podcast dedicated to help you be a smarter, better, more informed singer. And now, your host for the Intelligent Vocalist, John Henny.
Hey there, this is John Henny. Welcome back to another episode of The Intelligent Vocalist. I do so appreciate you spending this precious listening time with me. So we continue to be involved in this failed social experiment called the pandemic. And by fail, I mean I am in Los Angeles County, which right now is failure central for the most failed country on the planet in terms of the pandemic. Cases are exploding here, growing every day. They're looking at rolling back the opening of restaurants and bars and other businesses as well. And I look around in my area and I see mask compliance of maybe 10 to 15%. It's absolutely mind-boggling. And of all the businesses, they are talking about being damaged and people are mourning what's happening to restaurants and small businesses. And it is absolutely tragic. Performers and musicians are so getting the worst of this. We're not even close to being able to perform again. To be able to sing in groups, at least not safely. And I just see the behavior of a good portion of my fellow citizens just pushing that timeline back even further. I'm getting slightly pessimistic and really feel that we're going to have to wait until a vaccine is widely available, until musicians are able to really go out there and earn a living in live performance. And it's really heartbreaking. And I just want to say to you, as you sit and you're despondent about all the work that you've put into your career just to see everything grind to a halt, this will not last forever. And I know this is hard, but the bottom line is, life is not in our control. We love to think we have control, but we don't. Uncertainty is ever with us. And we human beings, we loathe uncertainty. But we have more uncertainty now than I can remember in my lifetime. This is a really hard time to go through. But I think if we just relax into it and just allow it, we can't fight this. I can't make my fellow citizens wear a mask. As much as I want to go on social media and scream about it, people are going to do what they're going to do, and it is beyond our control. And this virus is going to do what it's going to do. It's beyond our control, unless you happen to be listening and you are a politician or in the medical profession. Then bless you. You are people that can do something. But us simple musicians, we're at the mercy of this. And I heard this wonderful quote recently, that life is like jumping out of an airplane without a parachute. However, there is no ground. We don't land. So just enjoy the flight, enjoy the fall. That's all we have. We are just free falling. And we can maneuver the path of the fall here and there. But so much is beyond our control. We're not going to hit the ground. We're going to be okay. And this idea of never landing also applies to our goals. Think of Flashback just around 6 months ago, not quite 6 months ago, New Year's, thinking about the year ahead and what you were going to accomplish and what your goals were. How many of those have been scuttled? We couldn't know. My wife said an interesting thing to me. She said, if you could go back 6 months and say something to yourself, the John of the future, go to the John of 6 months ago, what would you say? And I thought about it, and she said to me, I would tell myself everything's going to be fine. I wouldn't tell myself about this pandemic because there's nothing you could do. It's like, you're right. Why ruin that moment? We're in this. We're going to be in it for a little while. And we just have to adjust our goals. We have to adjust what we expect out of ourselves. And we have to treat this as a life lesson that we're not in control and that we really do have to be in the moment and enjoy the moment. And as a musician, as a singer, with your career, you may have ideas where this is going to go, and life will take you somewhere else. And just flow with it. Enjoy the fall. Enjoy the uncertainty. Embrace uncertainty. And just know that these far-off goals that we've set for ourselves, even if we do reach them, they're ephemeral. We don't land on them. It's not this magic place where suddenly everything's okay. Even if you have a goal of having a number one single, once you achieve that, well, the rush of that is over rather quickly, and then very quickly the record's no longer number one. And now, if the next song isn't number one, it's going to feel like a failure. It's going to feel like a loss. And so, no matter where we get in our careers, it's ever shifting, it's ever moving, and we just have to embrace it. I did not start out to be a voice teacher. I started out to be a drummer. I wanted to be in a famous rock band. Then I wanted to be a session musician, and I practiced like crazy and learned to sight read and do all of these things and really worked hard at getting good at my instrument. And then on a fluke, I took a voice lesson. Because a roommate of mine said, hey, I started studying voice with this guy, and he studies with the guy who teaches Stevie Wonder. And I thought, I'll try that. And then a couple of years later, now I'm the lead singer in a band. And then suddenly I'm getting an independent record deal. And I'm thinking, oh, okay, I guess I'm going to be a singer in a band and a songwriter. And then that fell apart. And then I realized I had opportunities to join another group that was getting signed. I didn't want to be on the road. And I just started teaching voice and then found I really, really liked it. And then I decided that, well, if I'm going to be a voice teacher, I need to be a celebrity voice teacher because those are obviously the best voice teachers. And I did some work in that, and I did work with some celebrities, but then I saw that what was rewarded in that sphere, more than your skill at teaching voice, was your ability to network and your ability to work your way into the awareness of the right people. And that was rewarded much more so than your teaching skills. And I will tell you, I know some very, very good celebrity voice teachers. My last podcast interview with Rob Stevenson. Rob is an excellent teacher who works with celebrities. Man, I know some really mediocre celebrity teachers. But they have that gift. They're really good at networking. And I kind of thought, you know what, maybe this isn't my thing because I really like helping other voice teachers. And so then I started my voice teacher academy and started online products and opened up a music academy. I mean, my career has gone through so many twists and turns. And I think the one thing that's really helped me is I've been as open as I can to the new opportunities and not being fixed and allowing myself to move and not feeling that I've arrived or I've accomplished what I've set out to do. Because I think goals, while they are really helpful and they move us in a direction and can give us focus, if you're too rigid with them, they will make you miss, or they can make you miss opportunities that come your way and will make you less open to new experiences. And as you move around within the world of music, you may find your passion where you didn't expect it. And so during this time where we've seen goals just kind of be shattered, I would suggest a period of really being open and really seeing other pathways and trying different things with your voice, studying with different people, trying new styles of music. This period is a period we are unlikely to see in our lifetimes again. At least I hope so. But it's essentially, as they say, it's a once in 100-year event. And I've said this before, but my Scottish mother always says, "'Tis an ill wind that blows no good." What is the good in this ill wind? And I think the good is in the smoldering ruins of certain plans come other opportunities. Comes the gift of time between gigs where you can really start to explore other avenues. Really be open to where your voice and your music can take you. And so I encourage you, take a style you never thought you'd sing and immerse yourself into it. Pick a style of music you've never listened to before and immerse yourself in that. See what's out there. Explore other methods of singing. The one thing that I've really learned, and I've certainly been guilty of getting on the bandwagon that there's only one right way to sing. And of course, I happen to be amongst those teaching the chosen method. And after a while of that, I realized, no, wait a minute. There are many roads to this goal of singing well. And even that goal is not well defined. So there are many roads to expressing ourselves with our voice. I'll say that. And I'm much more open and I'm much more agnostic about singing techniques. And I really enjoy going through and seeing what I can pick up from other teachers and other methods. And I've really been watching myself when I'm seeing something, be it a YouTube video or a seminar, if I find myself resistant to what the person is teaching, I really do make myself stop and go, no, listen to this person. Drop your judgment, because even if ultimately some of what they're saying is not correct, I guarantee you something in there is, and you'll miss it if you dismiss them. So take this time. Be gentle with yourself. Be kind to yourself. Set your hard goals aside, or at least let them soften, and open up to what this reset, what this reboot is giving us. And there endeth the sermon. Hey, if you want to know more about me, please visit my website, johnhenny.com. And when you're on there, you can get my free vocal warm-up course. It's right there on the front page, as well as my piano for voice teachers. That is still available for free. I also recommend that to singers who want to be able to accompany themselves and play scales so you can work on your own voice. It assumes no prior knowledge of the piano. And if you are interested in lessons with either me or my associate Darlene, just email frontdesk@johnhenny.com and Tracy will be able to help you there. And until next time, to better singing. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.